What's going on, everybody? You already know what it is. Your boy Porkchop here with Second Chance Behavioral Health Services, doing big things in the community. And we got a lot of people on here today. A lot of people. There's Jordan and Vanessa B from Building Blocks BHS. We have Mr. Wanda, Miss Keisha over there doing big things. That's the CEO of Second Chance. Restoring Life BHS with Sonia Taylor and Erica Jones, the CEO of Upward Bound Behavioral Health Center. Good day, ladies.
Hey.
I don't know why they put a boy in here with all these women. I feel like I'm part of the 6888 right now. Man, I don't know who we're going to start with, but I guess it's going to be Miss Tawanda because you are the big CEO. How did you get started and what motivated you to get started with this company?
I got started because I originally used to own assisted living homes. Mm-hmm. And I was taking the elderly who needed to get back into the community but couldn't quite live on their own. Right. And so my phone calls stopped being for elderly. They started being for people who had opioid addiction. We had this big explosion of opioid addiction. And so I started taking people with opioid addiction into my assisted living homes. Mm-hmm. They would say every day they had to leave and go to their group counseling session every day. But then they would go to the group counseling session, but yet they were still getting high. And I couldn't understand why that was happening. Mm-hmm. And so I just started talking to them, and I decided that I wanted to do it differently from what they were receiving. So I opened up my own.
Now, Ms. Tawanda, I'm going to treat you like we at the radio station. You ain't going to be click-clacking with your nails on the thingamajig.
Okay, fair.
I feel like we in the studio. I'll be like, stop hitting that table, girl. But we're going to go around the room and find out how everybody got started. We'll start with Jordan and Miss Vanessa B over there with Building Blocks BHS. How did you all get started?
Basically knowing and connecting with Miss Tawanda Taylor and being a part of her organization and working there and just getting a different view of what addiction looked like. Mm-hmm. I was not aware that it could be generational, and seeing the work that she poured into her people and the way that they responded, they began to bloom and blossom under her leadership. Mm-hmm. And just talking to her and learning from her. I wanted to do the same. I've always done some type of outreach, but just seeing that there were mothers and sons and daughters in the same program gave me motivation.
All right, Miss Sonia.
Hello.
How about you? What made you get started and what motivated you?
So what motivated me, just like Vanessa was saying, was that we started having conversations internally together about the need that needed to happen throughout the city and the state. So we started talking about how could we help the communities throughout? How could we branch out to make sure that we will be effective throughout the state of Maryland to be able to help and tackle the opioid epidemic? So we decided that it was best for us to kind of branch out and help as many people as we can. Of course, it was coming through the doors at Second Chance, but we needed to be able to help everywhere and touch all of the communities throughout the state of Maryland and throughout Baltimore. So I've got started because I needed to go into the Catonsville area so that I could help the people that's in Catonsville, so that we could touch all of the communities within Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and the state of Maryland. Because you see, we are branching. So it was necessary to be able to help the families and help everyone to kind of come together so that we could tackle these communities together.
All right, and last but not least, Miss Erica Jones.
Yes, how you doing? Same thing everyone has mentioned. Under Tawanda Taylor's mentorship and discussions, the city is undoubtedly riddled with addiction, and everywhere you look, you see people that are struggling. And the problem that I notice is sustainability. So yes, we can get you clean, but you're not staying clean. So you're just circling programs, but you're not progressing. And the reach is out there in our network that we have. So it's just really important. And me personally, definitely when in school and my best friend, there were people out here that I didn't even notice, like alcoholism, opioids, everything. It's just it's quite prevalent, and it needs to be solved.
All right. So anybody can ask. I'm gonna have a series of questions to ask, and anybody can jump in and give me the answers to. What do you say about the challenge of substance abuse in the area and in the world? How big is it for your area in Catonsville? For Erica, what area are you in again?
Baltimore City.
And Miss Jordan and Miss Vanessa.
We're in Ricestown, Maryland.
So it's like the whole city combined is just drug abuse everywhere. How do you deal with the challenge of it? Is it people coming in and not showing up? Like they'll start, but don't come again when they say they're gonna come.
Yeah.
So you find that a lot of them, they want to start to get clean, and then have the challenges of the other individuals that they're fighting against to say, stay clean, and you have to keep them focused on their goals and to make sure that they understand that it's more out there in the world than just running around getting high. It's a lot. Life is lifey, and life is going to be hard, and you just have to put your feet to the ground and get it done. And you just have to take all of the tools that you learn throughout program so that you can help get yourself clean and back in society and doing the right thing.
It's almost like when people go to the gym at the beginning of the year. They start, but then they don't come back or show up. I guess that's with any addiction. Is it harder with drug and opioid addiction than any other addiction?
No, it's actually it's the same.
Okay.
When you start it, that's when you know you have somebody who really wants it. A person who really wants it is going to come in, start it, and see it through. They want to learn the tools on how to stay clean. If you don't want it and it's something that you don't concentrate on and you truly don't believe that you can do it, then you're not going to stay. No matter what we give you, no matter what we teach you. The first thing is we will accept you in here, but the first thing is you have to want it.
Right.
Yeah.
And we can take it from there. If you want it, we can take it from there.
Yep.
How many, not how many, but why so many locations then, Miss Lawanda?
Well, I think it's important to be able, as Restore Life stated, we wanted to be able to be in every location. We wanted to be in every part of the city. Because I'm in Glen Burnie. So if somebody wants to get clean and they can't get to Glen Burnie, but they may live in Ricestown.
Right.
So you can go to building blocks.
Right.
There's somebody who may live in the Park Heights area. They don't have to come down here to Glen Burnie. They can go to Upward Bounds. There may be somebody who's in the Catonsville area. You can't get down here to Ritchie Highway.
Right.
So you go to Restore Life. And then the other thing that we have, a lot of people can't do it in Baltimore. You know everybody. You know the ways around Baltimore. You know where to go get it. You know who to see. And that's why we opened up the location in Eastern Shore.
Got you. And speaking of Eastern Shore, Salisbury, why Salisbury?
It's not, I think when I went down to the Eastern Shore, I saw more of a need in Salisbury than I did in Easton and Cambridge. Mm-hmm. Not saying that it's not there. I just saw more of a need in Salisbury.
Is it harder for a family member to say I have a brother? And let's keep it real. I did have a brother. God bless his soul. He passed away. And he was on drugs, heavy. What are the steps that I could have made to bring him to y'all without any backlash? Because, when dealing with anything and you try to help somebody, it seems like it's always I'm all right. I don't need no help. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Who can expound on that?
Can I touch on that?
Yes, ma'am.
I think in my experience, we've had somebody bring in a family member. I think you know your family at the end of the day, and you have to be prepared for the pushback, especially if somebody is in a space of denial when they don't even think they have a problem, which happens with a lot of people. A lot of people aren't ready to admit that they have an issue, but I think you just have to know your family member, and you have to be willing to go along with the fight, because it will be an uphill battle, especially those first 30 days. That's usually like the hardest part of recovery. So just like understanding that, you know what, this person is not going to be with it, but I'm going to be the person that's going to hold your hand through it, and try to get you to the other side. But there's always going to be pushback when it comes to trying to get someone into rehab. It's rare that somebody just walks in willingly and they actually like want to get the help that first 30 days.
Right. We're sitting here. I'm your boy Porkchop with Second Chance Behavioral Health Services. You can get them anywhere. You can't say you can't find them, because they're everywhere. All right? Everywhere. All the numbers for anything you need are scrolling at the bottom of the page right now. So make sure you have a pencil or pen ready. Write their numbers down. Don't act like you didn't have a pen. You got a smartphone. Take a picture. It's different ways to get help. Let's talk about couples. Have any of you guys seen any couples come into Second Chance?
Go ahead, E.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing now. And let me tell you about these couples. They're not real couples. they are trauma bonded. They meet during their addiction journey with each other. And then, you know, when they come to these programs, they're that codependency. They think they need each other, but the ones we're able to reach, like Ms. Tawanda stated, the ones that are in there and they want to get their lives together, they realize that person who's with them, that's not the person who they want.
Right.
That's not the person who I can see myself growing with. I was only connected with them through this addiction when my mind wasn't stable. So, but yes, couples are heavily
I never thought of it like that. I always thought of couples, it would be one.
Oh,
and
no.
not both.
No.
And I think in my experience, a lot of the time, like our program is about 60% couples, and it's always one couple. It's always one person in a couple that wants to get cleaner than the other. But you know that person is here because that person is here, but that person isn't really serious about it. But addiction is definitely something that bonds people, and when they start to sober up, it gets a little ugly from there.
Wow.
Yes.
It really does.
They realize that they coupled up with a monster.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Once they're sober.
Well, I don't want to say that couples can't do it together, because we have had couples come in and be successful in their recovery. They have to understand that, for one thing, sober eyes see clearly. So the person that you think you were in love with may not be the person that you believe they are once you have sober eyes and you get to see them for who they are. A lot of times they don't even understand who they are. Right. And so it's relearning who I am, relearning who this person that I've been calling my husband or wife or my partner is, and understanding that we're on the same road to recovery, but we're at different intervals. And so we're not going to go there together. Like before, we could go and get it together, we can get high together, but we can't recover at the same pace together. Right. And so if a couple can understand that, they can be successful. And we do have instances of that.
As women of color, this is what every last woman on the panel, how is it being on a team of Black women, building a structure together? Is it, y'all not bumping heads? I mean, everybody bump heads with trying to, grow together and being on a team. But can you tell us what it's like to be on this team?
I'll say, if I can go first, I think it is a phenomenal team. We all come to the table with something different. We respect one another. We all offer a little something different. And so that's what makes us strong. We are independent. We have our own personalities and our own beliefs. But at the end of the day, we support one another and we encourage one another. And that's the bond that we have. And we hold ourselves together. We don't believe in separation. So,
And the other thing, and just to jump on to what Vanessa said from building blocks, is that for me, I believe that we all have the one key thing that keeps us linked together. And the one thing is we have a passion for this. We are passionate about it. It's not about money for us. It's the passion of turning someone's life around, watching them come through the door broken,
Right.
and in 90 days, seeing them on their way to being fixed.
Wow.
So that within itself is remarkable, and to be a part of it. So the one thing that I believe that ties us in together a lot of is that we all have the same passion for what we are doing.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Keisha. You ain't gonna be quiet over there by yourself, just chilling. I'm like, why you here, Keisha?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
You here for more support?
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead, Miss Sonia. Let me see what you got.
Yeah,
How it feels to be in this team.
yeah, I agree with everyone that, we have that passion that we want to see individuals succeed. And when they do succeed, it's just like, wow, so and so came in and they were broken to the bone, and now they are thriving, got a house, have a job. They are really doing things. So it gives us joy when we see that, and we are very respectful to each other. And like Vanessa said, we lean on each other for our individual strength, and we help each other. We there's no competition here for us. It's like we're working together to make sure that we can make life better for someone else. And that's what we do every day. And like Tawanda said, we're passionate about it. And we don't compete against each other. We work together to make sure we get it all done.
Absolutely.
absolutely. And there's also been instances where someone may have been at a former sister program and couldn't get it done there for whatever reason, but they went to another situation and they were able to flourish. So we all offer a little something different, and there's a place for everyone.
Erica, you want to answer it, or you don't care?
Oh no.
I didn't mean it like that, Miss Erica.
No.
But
Everybody
I didn't know. Just like Miss Sonia said, was everybody answered the same? Answer. Y'all are this now. It's the same
Absolutely.
thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, like Tawana said, the passion, the dedication, the resilience we have, and we sometimes we have it more than the clients that we that step foot in there. Sometimes I know me personally, and I can speak for all of us. The hardest part of it, which is, I mean, it's a pro and con. You see the potential in somebody, but they don't see it in themselves, and you want it so bad for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I can't. I wake up every day and I love what I do.
Mm. Now, I was told that they freezing on opening up any more substance abuse locations. Why is that? Why they freezing that?
Well, I think one of the things is that it has turned into something different for some people.
Yeah.
For some people, it has turned into just a huge financial gain,
Right.
and the clients are not being provided the services that they need. We have all these fly-by-night programs that are opening. I mean, I've been in this since 2018. And we have all these fly-by-night programs that are opening where clients have never even stepped inside of a building. So they are providing care to them through telehealth. That is puzzling to me. I'm not sure how you do that, because every day coming to the building here is coming to your job.
Right.
This is your job. And
Mm-hmm.
so I believe a freeze is put on it because there are a lot of people here who have gotten into the business for the wrong reason. And so people are suffering. People are suffering and people are dying. And so they want to now start to hold people accountable for that. So now they have done away with It's a moratorium pause right now with opening up these new centers so they can take the time and start going around to these centers and making sure people are in compliance with what they're supposed to do.
Is it how hard it is to start a facility in Maryland? Is Maryland different from any other state trying to start the open one?
Well, every state has different rules and guidelines that you have to follow under in order to start one. Anything that you want bad enough is going to be difficult.
Amen.
And
Ain't never
and
gonna
if
be
you,
easy.
because if it's easy,
We all be
then
doing it.
we all be doing it.
Right. I'll be
Exactly.
DJing and
You know?
opening second chance in the civilian.
So anything that you want bad enough it's not going to be easy. I'll say that. It's not easy. It can happen. It's possible. But is it easy? No, it's not.
Have you seen, and I'm probably sure you have, people that start using it again that's in the program? How do you will how long or how do you will those people back into the program and they, see it again and have to start? Do they got to start from the beginning? Or is it like a left off point where you be like, oh, you can start here?
Well, what we usually do is if
Keisha.
well, what we usually do is we want to make them accountable. So in that sense, what we do is if somebody, of course, does something of that sort, we of course have them go back to PHP, which is another 28-day period. And of course, we have to have them get through that. And once they do that, then of course they can be back into PHP. But at the end of the day, they have to be accountable. They have to want to do it.
So there's no you were clean, you got high, and you come back and you pick up where you left off.
Right.
Because if that is the case, clearly you are missing some tools.
Yeah.
So we got to take you back to the drawing board.
Yes.
Because if you had all the tools you need, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have to start over. So, and believe it or not, there are sometimes we miss it. There are some things we miss. And so I always tell clients when they are doing well and then they relapse, my first thing to them, I meet everyone. And my first thing is, tell me what it is that you need. Tell me what you need, because clearly I missed something. And believe it or not, that helps me with starting over with them. Because now I have a better idea. I have a better understanding exactly what it is that you need. Because believe it or not, everybody is not here for substance abuse. A lot of people are here for mental health as well. And because we have to treat their mental health in order to get them to stop using. And so sometimes people come through the door, you don't know anything about their mental health unless they tell it to you. But sometimes there may be a holiday that triggers something that went on in their life. And so now you need mental health.
Do y'all take insurance?
Yes.
Because someone asked, got a big shout out to Michael, aka Radio Raheem, just asked, do you all take health insurance? So
we take Maryland Medicaid.
Nice. So hopefully he'll get that information. And don't forget, we're talking to the fine women of 6888 Second Chance Behavioral Health Services. That's what I'm gonna call y'all from now. Every time I see one of y'all, I'm be like, "There go 6888." Not playing, but y'all have locations all over the city, all over Maryland. If anybody need any information, all the numbers are scrolling on the bottom. Now, for myself, and I'm glad somebody asked, what about weed? Weed, since being a big thing, and I'm not gonna lie, I used to love it, but I had 2 strokes. So now I can't even smoke because it brings up your blood pressure. Have y'all seen an increase on people that's addicted to weed, or is there such thing as a weed addiction? Because it always get laughed at for some reason because they think that weed isn't dope, coke, pills. They don't think it's on the same level.
Well, it's been my experience where I've had clients who thought they just had a weed problem. And so at that point, you couldn't go to a dispensary and purchase weed.
Right.
So this client thought that they only smoked weed was their issue. But then when they brought it, it was laced with fentanyl. So now you hooked on fentanyl.
They lucky.
So I'm kind of on the fence about the weed thing. You're in treatment, but as long as you're in treatment, you can't smoke weed.
Yeah, absolutely not.
That's
it can lead to other things.
Alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it can lead to other things.
It's the same. Alcohol. Alcohol is legal, but if you're in a treatment center, you cannot go to the liquor store and get alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
because a lot of time those drugs are gateways.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
And when they can't get high off any weed anymore, then they go to absolutely other things. So it's one of those things that it's probably not a really good idea to do it in treatment at all.
How old do you have to be in the program?
Well, everybody takes different ages.
Right. Yeah.
Mine start at 21.
Okay. And someone said 18?
I said 18.
Okay.
They have to be an adult. So it would be 20. Yeah, 21. They have to be an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any places you could tell somebody, say if somebody listening now and their child is addicted to anything, to any drug we know of, is there any number or somewhere for them to go to?
Yeah, any of the numbers below. Like
absolutely.
Okay.
In any of the numbers below, you can reach out, and if that's too far from you, we can always refer you to something that's even closer to where you are.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. And again, if you feel like you can't get clean here in Baltimore, then of course you can come out to the Eastern Shore and you can do that as well. Because a lot of people, again, feel that they can't get clean here. So there is another option.
When you go to a place like Eastern Shore, Salisbury, do they stay?
They do.
Yes.
Okay.
They do. They do. They like it. It's serenity. It's very relaxing. It's a completely different environment.
You can't walk to the corner and see black top, red top, green top.
She's not lying.
I ain't messing with you, Tawanda.
You can't. You
really can.
You walk to the corner, you see the Chesapeake Bay. That's what you see.
That's what you see. You see water.
You see water.
Mm-hmm.
Good. That's exactly what we need.
Or country life.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of seeing the country, what things do any of you guys want to say that you offer? Like yoga, or is it any other type of exercises, I'll use that word for right now, that you guys offer for someone that's in it?
Yes, for Building Blocks specifically, we definitely offer yoga as a form of therapy. We do yoga on Fridays, and we also encourage art therapy. I myself, I'm an artist, so that's something that I like to encourage the clients to do, just to express themselves. Like literally, what are you thinking? Can you put it into a picture or a painting or a poem? We definitely encourage creative outlets during the recovery process at Building Blocks.
We also attend local museums. We go fishing in the summertime. We go hiking, and we just try to reintroduce them back into a different way of living. Other than going to the woods to live, let's go for a hike. Let's look at it from a different point of view and reintroduce you to a better way of seeing Baltimore and Maryland.
And for us, our direction for 2025, Second Chance's direction for 2025, we're looking into acupuncture as well as yoga. So that's a direction we're heading into for 2025.
What about you, Miss Erica?
Same thing, yoga, and I'm about health when it comes to how you eat. So I
Yeah.
would like to hold nutrition classes. That's 2020, or what we're doing this year. What we currently focus on as of today is community integration, and that's through educational training. We do resume building. We do vocation. We'll set you up for vocational training. So if you have an interest in HVAC, getting a CDL license, we help
Nice.
you there. And then those that are trying to get their GED, or if you already have your high school diploma, we try to get you into, community college, or if you're set up to go to a 4-year, we'll help you get into an online 4-year program. We're really, really focused on community integration.
Hmm. And last but not least, Miss Sonia.
Yes. So we have what we call Wellness Wednesday. So on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, we do something that has to do with your wellness, whether it's nutritionist, whether it's yoga, music therapy. We always do something on Wednesday to help them increase their awareness about themselves. And then in the summertime, we have outings. We do outings when the weather permits, and we'll do bowling. We do all kinds of different things to let them know that recovery is more than just sitting in a room learning the coping skills and everything that you need to know. We let them know that recovery is fun. At the beginning of the year, we do vision boards. We revisit those vision boards at the end of the quarter to see if you have met any of your visions. So we do certain things like that. Like Erica said, also we do nutrition things. We will do art projects. So anything that will make it fun for the individuals and for our clients. We don't want to make it boring. We don't want them to think every day you just come, go to group, you listen to the facilitator and the counselor, and then you're like, okay, it's just repetitive. So we just add different things in there to make the learning fun and to make it interesting.
I
So we
know
like that.
Mr. Wanda got us to come out there to DJ one time. I loved it. Loved it.
Yeah.
They was dancing for real, for real.
Well, the other thing too, and I forgot to mention, is that we have a culinary program in Eastern Shore where the clients go, who are clients who are clean. They go to, how many days a week is that?
They go 5 days out of the week, and then 2 of them is virtual.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Well,
it's a great program, and it has it to where it shows them how to live their daily lives after they get out of recovery, and then also on top of that, it does provide them with money each and every month, gas to get there to and from. It's a great program.
well, thank you, Keisha. Thanks. Appreciate it.
So we don't build a relationship.
I'm gonna get on a hard. You know, you ain't gonna just be sitting there and then just out of the blue be like, "Oh yeah, well."
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man. I guarantee I'll see you again out in the street.
You like I see, Porkchop.
Huh?
You like to pick on people, I see.
I know, I see that. Mm-hmm.
No.
Come in. Because he needs a pork chop.
So which one of y'all gonna have my pork chop sandwich? Which one? See, now everybody quiet. I like to thank all of y'all for being on here. And what we're gonna do in closing, give everybody a chance to, even though the number is at the bottom and the email is at the bottom, for you to shout out the business that you're in, a part of Second Chance, and give that number yourself. With Tawanda, we're gonna save you for last, okay?
Okay.
And Dallas Lights just said, great information, everyone. Thank you. So big shout out. Y'all did a very good job. I hope that someone, at least one person, heard it.
Yes.
You know, and you have a lot of places to go. There's no way you could say there's nowhere to go. They're in 5 different right now locations, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, correct.
All right.
Yep.
So Jordan and Vanessa B, y'all start.
Yes. So I am Jordan Butcher. I'm CFO of Building Blocks.
Vanessa Butcher, CEO of Building Blocks.
And we are located at 750 Main Street, Ricestown, Maryland. So that's like right next to Franklin High School. You can always reach us at 443-650-8623 if you're in Baltimore County. Great location for you.
Got you. Miss Sonia.
Hello, guys. So this is Sonia Taylor, Restore Life Behavior Health Services, located in Catonsville. If you can find your way to Security Square Mall, you can find your way to us. We are right. We will be here for you, and we will be happy to assist you with your recovery. You can reach us at 443-251-5822. Don't forget, right behind Security Square Mall.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh man, Miss Erica, she left right when it was her turn.
Oh man.
She's buffering. She'll be back.
Yep. Well, we're gonna do it like this. Miss Erica Jones for Upward Bound Behavioral Health Center. I'm waiting for the number to come across so I can say it myself. There go right there. If anybody, what area is she in again?
She's off of Northern Parkway, Park Heights area.
Park Heights area, 443-869-3771. Come reach her, and Mr. Wanda and Miss Keisha, y'all end it off.
All right. Well, hello, I'm Keisha Taylor from Second Chance Behavioral Health CEO. We are located at 224 Philip Morris Drive in Salisbury, Maryland, and our number is 667-221-5483.
If you need any help in the whole Eastern Shore area, they're right there waiting for you. Ladies, thank y'all so much.
Oh,
Porkchop, I didn't get the chance to say mine.
Oh, I thought you were. I'm sorry. I don't want no trouble.
That's
you don't want
Eastern
no
Shore.
trouble.
Yeah, that's a whole different
no
thing.
Smoke.
Somebody get him a pork chop so he can get this together. I'm Tawanda Taylor, founder and CEO of Second Chance Behavioral Health Center, 5517 Ritchie Highway, Brooklyn Park, Maryland. Our phone number is 410-505-0013. Everybody deserves a second chance.
That's right.
Oh, yep. Now, last time I seen you ladies, we got to do another commercial soon, right? No. Don't y'all start that mess. Eric, I got you covered, but you can go ahead and say it again.
Okay, thank you. I don't know what happened here. All right. Erica Jones, CEO of Upward Bounds Behavioral Health Center. We're located in Park Heights. Phone number is 443-869-3771. And ultimately, like I tell people, if you're ready to take that step forward, change the rest of your life, come through. That's what we're here for.
Take that step upward.
Upward, how about that?
Boy, you do get a couple dollars for that. Let me see.
I got one for you, Porkchop.
Go ahead.
I got one for you, Porkchop.
Go ahead.
What we will do is we will give you a second chance to restore your life with building blocks for an upward bound.
You know what? You think you slick because we did that at the radio station.
I like the way that
it's still hit.
I love it. I love it all. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Don't
you.
hang up yet. Don't hang up yet.
Okay.